Wilkinson's done well to keep his feet there.
So Malik taking the free kick. Jason Guerrier, third consecutive appearance since his arrival at the club. A welcome one for Perth. And now Timmins. Fornaroli. Taking on Bratton. And Armiento along the tarmac. A corner on the way.
Yeah, looking to get it in early. Good idea, but Ryan Grant blocking that. And, you know, Sydney there, width will come from the fullbacks. Joel King, rather. Ryan Grant on that right-hand side. He's a real feature of Sydney's attacking play. For Perth, it's a little bit different, the two up front. And they'll play with, you know, a bit more width with Armiento, we just saw on the left-hand side, and Bramwell on the right. Sydney play with 2 10s in the pockets.
Called in by Otta. Well defended by Sydney. Back with the Japanese import. Across goal. Well, it took a Sydney deflection off the German, Langkamp.
I think that comes off McGowan. Easy decision for the referee, so they'll get another chance. See what kind of delivery we get. Left-footed Otta, the captain.
They've scored the most headed goals this season. Perth can add another one to the list here. There's a bit going on in the box. 2 Glory players down, including Andy Keogh and the man we spoke about, Langkamp. Now Guerrier's pass intercepted by Baumjohann. Bobo. Now Bratton. Rattray.
That's what Sydney like to try and do when they're coming out from the back. They like to find Bratton. Bratton will peel off either left-hand side or right-hand side, or sometimes in the middle when they're building up.
Lamb ready. And number 315 for him in the A-League tonight.
See there, Bratton dropping in between the 2 centre-halves. Ryan Grant high and wide.
Neat touch from Baumjohann onto Rattray. And now Barbarouses cutting it across. And Latchman was there to ensure it didn't get any closer to goal, because that was building nicely for the Sky Blues.
And that's his favourite little run, Barbarouses. In that inside right channel. Darted in there, and it's a pretty good block.
Rattray looking for an option. Fornaroli. Guerrier and now Langkamp. Aussie Malik. So the 2 new dads up against each other tonight. Aussie Malik and Costa Barbarouses. Here he is, Malik on the ball, just dropping it in front of Guerrier. Keogh. Guerrier putting Joel King under some early pressure on the ground. That's going to deflect up nicely for Perth Glory, and Sydney are able to scramble it away. Strong tackle. And the free kick is going to go against Malik.
Just wouldn't drop for them, Perth, in the penalty area there. There's the tackle from Malik. Ninkovic just deviating the ball, forcing the foul.
Wilkinson scored his first A-League goal in 11 years in the last match here at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium. That win against Newcastle. They've been away their last 3, Sydney, for a draw, a loss and a last start win against Victory. There's a strong challenge from Malik, that time legal. And it affords some space now for Armiento to take on Ryan Grant, who'd push forward. Space in behind, but he got back. He's got an engine, as we know, Ryan Grant. He may have given away the free kick. Terrific work from Armiento.
Great persistence, because Ryan Grant recovered. Armiento, good use of the body, feinted to come back and accelerated away. Here he protects the ball. Yeah, a little feint. Really good play from him. Draws the foul, and Ryan Grant not happy, but clearly a foul.
Last 3 appearances off the bench, but promoted to the starting side tonight. That's a good start. A bright one from the 21-year-old, who scored 3 goals this season. All have come from the bench. So Otter, he's got such a dangerous left boot. Sky Otter gets plenty of height on it towards the back post. And the header straight at Andrew Redmayne, but that will give Kieran Bramwell some confidence.
Really good ball from Otter, wasn't it? To the back post, and unmarked. Bramwell just couldn't get the direction on it. Straight into the hands of Redmayne.
Bratton lifting it to Ryan Grant. And now Bam Johan again. Sneaking him in behind. Barbarouses. He's somehow wriggled free Costa Barbarouses, and probably should have set up Sydney's first.
Oh, he should have shot that ball across the face. He's unselfish there, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't shooting. That certainly looked like a cross for me. He did so well. Got a ricochet. Brilliant play. 1-2, bomb your hand. Ryan Grant into the feet of Barbarouses. First touch just bounced up a little bit and got through there. No, that's definitely a cross, and I think he could have taken that on there.
Miloš Nikovic was just there at the back post, a little further behind, and he was thinking, could have had a great chance, a tap in for my 4th of the season. In the end, like has been the case a lot of the season for Sydney, a great chance goes begging. 8th most goals in the league coming into this one. As Fornaroli just overhits the cross, searching for Keogh. 56% winning record in the A-League for Steve Corica. 3rd season as head coach. What a record he has. A couple of grand finals, a couple of wins. One of those, of course, the first against Perth over in the West, and I apologise, Perth fans, for bringing that one up. Hope you're enjoying the coverage over in the West tonight, or wherever you are watching. That's Fornaroli. Steps away from Grant, and Bratton finds Bramwell. Scored his first A-League goal a few weeks ago back in round 14 against Newcastle. Looking to turn around, get his side to turn around their recent run of form, which has seen them win just 1 of their last 7. But it's important to note they've got a flurry of home matches coming later in the season. 8 of their matches thus far have been played away from home, just 2 wins. But we know how strong Perth are at home, so they'll be relishing those home matches. That's the recent run. Just that sole win against Newcastle, where they battled most of the match with 10 men to win 2-1.
And that's where they've got to stay in the fight on the table. When they get those home games, that run of home games, they can really make it count.
McGowan. Balmiohan. Retray. Intricate build-up this from Sydney. Ninkovic trying to slip it through, but it was Otter who got there just to break it down momentarily. Grant. Ninkovic. Now Retray. King. And Perth do well enough. Can they break here through Fornaroli? They'll earn a free kick. Will it be a card as well for McGowan? It will. The first of the night.
Yeah, as soon as he went, he made the decision. If there's any contact, it was always going to be a yellow card. Stops the progress of Fornaroli. There would have been 2-on-1 there.
Looking for an option. Uses Langkamp. Dinking forward to Keogh. Sydney able to pick up the scraps. Mark Bosnich, what have you made of the opening quarter hour of this one?
Yeah, it's been a good start, in my opinion, from both sides for different reasons. So let's take care of Perth. I think they started the better of the two sides. They're playing tonight in an attacking formation, a 4-2-3-1, with Fornaroli being more like a number 10 and coming well into midfield to pick the ball up, and also playing with two wide men in Bramwell and Armiento, which is so important. You know, one of the blueprints we saw how to nullify Sydney was when Carl Robinson was with Newcastle during that restart, and they did that night. It's a free kick against Bratton, which the crowd aren't, or the Sydney bench, particularly happy with. And when they go into defence, they're in a 4-4-2, just a natural. Now, in terms of Sydney, one of the reasons why they've been such a champion side over these past seasons is the fact that regardless of how they're playing or if the other team have got us under pressure, when they have their moments, they usually provide a finished product. The only thing was that last time, a wonderful opportunity, and again, they try to walk the ball into the net, which is not what they normally do. They normally provide a finished product all the time, so they just need to get that. And there were cries of shoot during that last little bit of period of play when they were passing with Retray around the end of the box. So very evenly poised at the moment. Pitch is looking in splendid condition. Like I said, with the exception, if you take away the lightning that we've had, it's proper football weather.
Thanks, Bozza. Yeah, nice conditions, as you said, with the rain gone now. Langkamp, Guerrier. Searching for the head of Andy Keogh. Nods it back nicely. Bramwell trying to link up with Fornaroli, and Ryan Grant read the pass well. Timmins maybe urged to shoot. Bramwell. Armiento will track it down. Guerrier. Very direct to Timmins. Free kick here going the Glory's way.
Giving lots of free kicks away, Sydney, and this one's in a very dangerous position. Barbarousa's coming into the back. Can't do that. Thought he could get a touch, but he didn't. There was contact. It's clearly a free kick. Perth just not finding the right ball around the box there. So many nearly situations for them, but they're looking sharp as they approach that front third. And Otter on the ball here. Will he go for a strike?
You can see there the spotlight on point Robbie was making. Lots of free kicks being given away by Sydney. Will Perth punish them? Armiento and Otter standing over the set piece. Will be the captain who goes for goal. And Andrew Redmayne in game number 100 for Sydney FC tonight. Pretty comfortable at the near post.
Yeah, well, he read that well. Read it very well. Maybe a yellow card. The scene's been set.
Bit of push and shove Otter's way from Bratton. Such a skillful movement there from Alex Balmiohan.
Yeah, a little inside to take him past two defenders, and Otter wasn't letting him go.
Just his first yellow card of the season. And the German Balmiohan taking some time just to get to his feet. Not too many starts this season. This just his 5th in 15 matches. Rewarded for that goal he scored against Melbourne Victory on the weekend. It was his first in more than a year for Baumjohann. Wilkinson striding forward. King to Ninkovic. Now Bratton. Floating it too high for Ryan Grant. So this is the 49th meeting between these two. Sydney with 27 wins, Perth just the 9. And Perth have turned it over again here. Baumjohann just behind Ninkovic.
Oh, just behind Ninkovic, great idea. That's a little bit more a metre forward, and Ninkovic might have been able to take that on.
Perth's last win here in the Harbour City against the Sky Blues was back in 2016. Andy Keogh and Chris Harold scoring in that win. Bratton. Now Baumjohann. Otter just stepping up, preventing Barbarouses from getting a touch on the ball. Gee, that's skillful, isn't it? From Bruno. Dinks it over the top for Armiento, but Redmayne again reading the situation well. Made his A-League debut actually against Perth for the Central Coast Mariners back in 2008. Bozza, can you add a little bit more to that story?
Well, I can. I came back to this country in 2008 and obviously joined the Central Coast Mariners, and at that time they had a young Danny Vukovic and a young Andrew Redmayne, both real young, exceptional talent, and it was a real pleasure to train with them. But just on the game, in terms of the plan from a defensive perspective that Perth are employing, the two defensive midfielders are the ones that are being pushed wide to pick up Ninkovic and Baumjohann, which leaves a lot of space in the middle. And they're trying to get Bramwell and Armiento to actually stay a little bit higher, so they got that chance on transition. If Ryan Grant or Joel King come, then the two fullbacks get into play for Perth.
Thanks, Bozza. And in his debut, Andrew Redmayne, he actually replaced Mark Bosnich to come on against Perth Glory. Is Fornaroli going left and right. Well picked off by Rattray.
Yeah, he should have played in Otter there. That was a good situation for Perth. He tried to go alone.
Baumjohann. And the pass just too far in front of the Brazilian Bobo, who scored 8. I should reverse that. 10 in 8. It's that incredible. It's hardly believable. 10 goals in 8 against Perth Glory. That's just behind Alex Brosk in terms of goals in the head-to-head matches between these two. Alex Brosk has scored 11. So just one away from taking that away from the Sydney FC, or the former Sydney FC captain. Armiento, he's been dangerous thus far. Why not have a strike?
Plenty of power. Guiding it on target. Redmayne had already started his dive. Got in that little pocket. Lets leash. Just swerves away.
Interesting also to note that Perth haven't scored against Sydney in 6 matches. Staggering. Armiento, can he turn that all around? Neat piece of skill from Carlo again. Handing it back towards Fornaroli. Appeals from Perth Glory players for a penalty.
Well, Retro went in, slid in there, and it certainly wasn't necessary. Looked like there was contact, and I'd say the VAR might have a look at this.
So the VAR are having a look at this incident.
Well, his legs drop at the last moment.
So it's been all cleared. Armiento confused.
Must have been close.
Richard Garcia.
And you can understand that. And when I look at it, I can see, the way he dives in, it's reckless. I think there was contact. Both his legs did dip at the last minute, but I still think there was a contact there.
Bozza, what did you make of that?
Yeah, no penalty for me. I think he did pass the ball. I understand exactly where Robbie's come from. He passed the ball just before Retray came. Retray stopped, and so did he right on that point. So no penalty for me. And if you're talking about, having clear enough evidence to overturn it, then no way.
So Perth's wait for a goal here in Sydney against the Sky Blues, as we just see Retray's challenge, and Perth are off. Bramwell. Good strength from the youngster. Holding off Ninkovic, Geria and Timmins.
A really good period of pressure here for Perth. Can they make it count?
Bramwell now to Fornaroli. And Redmayne comfortable. Hasn't scored in his last 2 as Bruno Fornaroli, which is his longest spell this season without a goal. Just shows you his quality. 1 goal away from 70 in the A-League. And another one will take him in the top 5 on the all-time list of goal scorers for Perth Glory. It's incredible, isn't it? He's been at the club since 2019 and already rising high on that particular list. It's Malik, Geria. Latchman linking with Armiento. Timmins put under some real pressure by Bratton, and he emerges with the ball, and then across came Malik, and the free kick goes against the midfielder. Ninkovic slides it out to Grant. Looks for Baumjohann, and his touch pounced on by Otter. He's won the ball back, and he'll get the throw. Barbarousis hairs after it. Finds Baumjohann. Well dealt with by Langkamp. The 2 former teammates at Hertha Berlin, Baumjohann and Langkamp, also played against each other as well in Germany. Doing so once again tonight at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium. Bratton. Bobo. Here is King and Retray.
Just watching here, it's a great shot. You see Armiento here, number 20, but just watch his position. It's not too far over here towards Ryan Grant. It's just in a position here that if Perth get the ball back, that he's away. If Ryan Grant goes too far, it's Kazuki Otto is going to pick him up, and the other midfielder, Timmins, will come over here on Bombaham.
Ninkovic, so keep an eye on that. It's happened a couple of times, hasn't it, Bozza, tonight, that Armiento has just got the jump on Grant down the left, so that'll be interesting to watch unfold. Baum-Johan's strike is high and wide. Couldn't repeat the dose from the weekend.
And that was a good situation this time for Sydney. And both teams not finding the right solutions. Takes this on. And Ryan Grant powering down the outside. You saw him.
Career which has spanned Germany and Brazil as well. Also with the Sky Blues main rivals in Western Sydney. Liam Reddy is close to home. Played his youth football with the North Sutherland Rockets. Sutherland Oval, just a 20-minute drive south from Cogra. He knows this part of the world pretty well, the Perth Glory custodian.
I wonder if they were named after his dad, Rocket Reddy. He played for the Rockets, probably not.
He did spend some time with Sydney, 37 matches did Reddy. There's King. Ninkovic, decent ball, and somehow they haven't opened the scoring, Sydney FC.
That is extraordinary. Brilliant ball from Ninkovic, who gets in behind for the very first time, and that's the kind of quality he can produce. And Bobo, that's extraordinary. And then Boumyahan, that was just wild. But this is the chance. The closest we've come. What a save. Unbelievable.
Terrific reaction from Reddy.
Bobo must have thought he'd scored.
So he was unable to continue his good record against Perth, thwarted by Liam Reddy, who's after the A-League clean sheet record tonight. You want to go ahead of Danny Vukovic, and Perth haven't kept a clean sheet in 14 matches. The only side this season yet to keep their opponent scoreless. Baum-Johan, Bratton.
And that's the point I was making about Sydney earlier. They haven't been at their very best tonight, far from it, in fact, but they always provide a finished product. And nearly did right there.
Bobo. King. Rattray now to Bratton. Ryan Grant making the run in towards the box at the far post. And now King firing it low and hard. It may fall here nicely for Sydney. And the strike from Ninkovic again saved by Reddy. His reactions superb tonight.
Well, it's just another example of Sydney creating chances, and they just don't take them.
And now Perth with Jason Guerrier. Stretching the legs. Malik. Timmins. Sky blue tide just flowing against the Glory at the moment. Good news for them is they're still level. Great turn from Baum-Johan, and he's off. It's a 3-on-2 if he's good enough. Alex Baum-Johan, he gets back up, and they'll come back for the free kick.
Well, had two goes at him. Baum-Johan did so well to get back up, but really that chance was gone. If he doesn't pull him here, they're away 3-on-2. That time it just became too crowded, and it was too difficult to get that under control again. Terrific play from Baum-Johan. He's had a couple of bursts like that. One that drew the yellow card on Otta, and that one in particular. Luke Bratton, central, some distance. But we know he can strike a ball.
So Reddy is going to have to be just that. He's going to wind up Bratton. Comfortable in the end for Liam Reddy.
Yeah, plenty of distance, and he's allowed to readjust quite easily. Struck it pretty well, Bratton, but that distance to produce something very special.
Rode the challenge, Timmins, and that's too heavy for Fornaroli. Fifth start this season for Cal Timmins. In 9 appearances. Now Grant working with the German, and he has had plenty of silky touches thus far. Baumjohann, and then Grant's pass straight to Fornaroli. He's speeding away. Rattray comes back and gives away the foul, and there's another card in this first half in a moment of transition.
Well, Rattray gets it, but it's on Ryan Grant's head. He thought about it all the way, didn't he? There's the miss-hit pass from Ryan Grant. Rattray's thinking about it there. He's thinking about it. How far do I let him go? He thinks that's enough.
4 for the season for Rattray, so he'll have to be careful. So inside the final 10 until half-time now. Big moment for Perth. Andrew Redmayne in game number 100 for Sydney FC tonight. 184 in the A-League. Standard captain tonight. He's going to leave it for Timmins. Here's Kosuke Otta. Armiento. Sprightly in this first 45 is Carlo, and he's got another free kick. No card from Kersey to Baumjohann.
Yeah, he's a bit lucky if he doesn't get a card, because he's come in from behind and slightly to the side, and they had bodies there. Well, probably wasn't a necessary challenge. This will be Fornaroli's.
So Andrew Redmayne just getting his wall in place here. He was able to read the last free kick from Otta from a similar position on the other side of the ground, maybe a few metres further back. He do so on this occasion because it's a left and right footer. Going to be Fornaroli, not his best effort. Still a chance though for Perth. Armiento up and over the top. Barbarousse is just out-muscled, and Armiento again. He's getting chopped left, right and centre. Here's another card in this first half, up to 5 now.
And that's just unnecessary again. And it's not like it's a little bit late. And those cards starting to mount for Sydney FC.
Poor Carlo, he's limping all over the place now. It's been difficult to contain for Sydney tonight.
Referee's having a word to the captain, Alex Wilkinson.
So Otta curling curling. Langkamp rising. Dinked back in by Malik towards Fornaroli, but Redmayne, again, taking it pretty easily. Grant. So crucial 5 or so minutes here as we head towards half-time. And Baumjohann, he sprung onto that pass. Ninkovic with the run. Here he is, Milos Ninkovic. And the cavalry arrived for Perth Glory. The home fans wanted him to shoot. And he just dwelled on the ball a little too long. And Armiento again, neatly away from Bratton. And here's Latchman. Malik. Here's Langkamp. Guerrier finding the German. I don't know if you've seen it, Robbie, but Sebastian Langkamp scored an incredible goal in the Bundesliga back in 2009. He was playing for Karlsruhe, and it was a goal scored near halfway with a slide tackle. He slid tackled a player, and the ball went into the top corner. Just Google it, Langkamp goal on YouTube. It'll come up straight away from 2009. And that side he was playing for, Karlsruhe, they are now in the second tier in Germany. Timmins, it's Armiento. So another free kick. Real stop-start, hasn't it, in the last 5 or so minutes.
I'm not sure if he's given a free kick. Bobo with the turn outside of the foot. Didn't look too much in the challenge. And the ball's there. Oh, yeah, catches him there. It's accidental, but he certainly catches him.
And there was no free kick, so it's just going to be a drop ball. Probably should have been, based on that footage.
It's been an interesting first half. Good tempo of the game, but it has been, with all those fouls, a little bit stop-start. Sydney certainly had the best chances. Perth have had their moments.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Mark Bosnich.
Yeah, it's getting pretty heated down here on the touchline on Perth Glory's bench, and rightfully so, starting to complain about the amount of fouls and the manner of the fouls that are being committed against them, and starting to say that there should be more yellow cards being given out, if not even more, if they continue like this. I can completely understand where they're coming from as well, because some of those challenges, Birmingham, Robbie picked it up, that should have been a yellow card, and so should have last one. In terms of the match itself, Sydney have got themselves back in the game, and like I said, in terms of their finished product, I mean, the bottom line is, regardless of how well Perth has done, it's Liam Reddy out of the two goalkeepers who's been the busier, and he's kept Perth in the game. One save he didn't know much about, but it was great positioning, but the second save, the reflex one of the feet, I think it was from Ninkovic, was excellent.
Yeah, that he has, Bozza. Not far away, as I mentioned, from his junior club, just down at Sutherland. Bratton. Picks out King. Couple of touches, finally got it over the head of Guerrier. Ninkovic. Can he find an opening? Ninkovic again. Curling it across. Langkamp with the diving header.
Good defending there from Perth as Sydney looked to get an entry into the penalty box.
King curling, Bobo, and Liam Reddy again. Brilliant reactions down to his right.
Well, he couldn't have headed it better. Slightly behind him, Bobo so gifted in the air, and what a save from Liam Reddy. Absolutely brilliant. He was actually going the other way, so he's had to readjust. Sees momentum there, and he's able to get back and just get that outstretched right hand. Fantastic save.
He wants to earn that clean sheet record tonight with an 86th. Corner curling into the back post. Problems again for Perth, and it's Latchman with the clearance away. Barbarousa's tracking it down. Bratton. Otto with an important intervention. And Armiento is off again. Rattray giving chase. He's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. Armiento, he knows that. Has he done enough to win a corner? No, he hasn't.
Rattray, you could see, he knows he's on a yellow card, so he wasn't going to make any rash challenge there.
Fornaroli. No goals in his last two for Bruno. Wilkinson's pass almost took Redmayne a little by surprise. Bratton. So 2 minutes of additional time for either side to find the go-ahead goal. Joel King, will he give Sydney a chance? He goes first time, and Langham's touch was a heavy one. It gives Sydney FC the chance to nab one before the break. Found Johan's pass, letting down his side as Barbarouses couldn't track it down. A rare blemish in a pretty decent first half from Alex Baum-Johan on return to the starting side. Shown quality glimpses that we have come to know him for in the A-League. Silky skills of the German midfielder. Fornaroli dinking it over the top for Kieran Bramwell. As Joel King just thinking twice about Bramwell, who strikes. Redmayne had to go to ground quickly.
Decent effort, got the better of Joel King there. Hasn't come up one-on-one like that too many times in his first half.
And you can hear the cries from the Sydney FC bench for that challenge on Luke Bratton. Is there much in that?
No, I think he's going for the ball. It's a little bit late.
Get it in.
Otter again winning an important header. So it's a stalemate after 45 minutes in Cogra. Chances at both ends, the best of those falling the Sky Blues way, but it was Liam Reddy making a string of superb saves. Andrew Redmayne likewise at the other end in his 100th match for Sydney FC, keeping a clean sheet at half-time. The Sky Blues 0, Perth Glory 0 at the break. Let's head down to the sideline with Mark Bosnick.
Thank you very much, Ben. I got one of the best players